Monday, June 10th, 2004. Today we practiced on how to present something in front of colleagues. Please enjoy.
As for Indosat or maybe other license operator. Okay, in this occasion, I would like to explain more detail about IGX, and I will summarize in 3 points. The first one will be the background of the product. Second is product definition, and the third related to business scheme. And I will start the background of the services. IGX or Internet Gateway Express is Internet second gateway that make Manado as the new hub. Why did we choose Manado? Because Manado is eastern area at the top in Indonesia, and from our research and assessment, we believe that Manado will give or will create more business opportunity as a new hub. And not only for diversity link, but also improving internet performance or latency to US and Hong Kong content. And let's move to the second part. The second part is the product definition of IGX. As I mentioned before in this presentation, IGX will give us a better latency. This better latency is to content residing in the US due to the support of Telenor US cable connecting its gateway directly to US. And actually, IGX is a variant of IP Transit product. This is a layer 3 based internet that provide latency improvement to access content in the US. And there are another specification of IGX. There will be 4 specifications. I will tell you. The first one, the target market of this IGX is ISP or otherwise operator that has medium to high traffic to US. And second, the service pickup is in HDC, cyber, or NewCentrics. The NewCentric will be in nationwide, but especially we will use Jakarta and Surabaya NewCentrics. And the third, available bandwidth, we will give you option from 1 gigs to 100 gigs. And the last specification is the SLA or service level assurance is 99.9% with latency 141 millisecond. Moreover, IGX has value proposition. There are wide global connectivity, high reliability network, direct access to US region, and 24 hours fully support and monitoring. And the third explanation, I will explain about the business scheme. We will provide 3 business schemes. Each scheme will differentiate the origin of their code. Some from Makassar, Manado, and Jakarta. This will also differentiate the latency that received by the customer. I suggest you for the detailed calculation. It will make us easier if you give us the detail of your needs. And let me just add one more thing. The IGX service has monthly monitoring report provided by our subsidiary tools. This tool can check the routing performance of the IGX. That's all I can explain. Thank you for your attention. I hope this service become our new collaboration, and please don't be hesitant if you have any question. Thank you.
The eye contact was great. So who's gonna be the next one? Aisha.
I'll try.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Aisha, an account manager for Telkom Indonesia. Today, I'll be discussing our capability to provide internet services to home across Indonesia particularly on fiber to the home, or we call it FTTH. I'll start with an analysis of the industry and market conditions, then delve into our network deployment capabilities, and lastly, I'll propose a co-creation partnership model. Let me begin by asking you a question. How much time do you need to deliver service every time there's a new potential customer who wants to install internet service to your home? A week or maybe months?
3 days.
Oh, that's fast. Also,
It's good.
yeah. Also, what if your network coverage doesn't match the customer's location? How? Don't be worried. Today, I'm here to present the key solution from Telkom so that you won't miss any opportunities from your customer to grow as an internet service provider due to lack of time for new installation and also to significantly expand your coverage. First, let's move on to the industrial analysis and market condition here. The projected market for FTTH services over the next 10 years is expected to see significant growth, and particularly in the eastern region of Indonesia. However, ISPs are facing challenges in meeting this demand because Indonesia's demographic diversity and also maritime geography. The capital expenditure required for infrastructure deployment to reach all Indonesian citizens would be substantial. However, sometimes the network utilization is low and resulting in suboptimal return on investment. So we are here to offer you a solution by Telkom's FTTH managed service, a one-stop solution where we provide you an end-to-end service from network delivery to after-sales support. As you know, Telkom's reliable network capability covers the entire Indonesian archipelago from east to west, with deployed network infrastructure reaching over 17 billion homes. Additionally, our workforce, including fulfillment technician and help desk support, is spread across Indonesia, ensuring us to deliver quick response to potential customers wherever they are. For the co-creation business, we offer you two solution business model based on network elements, such as Bitstream and Fula. The choice is based on your objective, where Bitstream would be faster for go-to-market and Fula is no limit in the bandwidth. To clarify, I wanted to say that if you want to monetize the service faster, you can go for Bitstream model. But if you want for a cheaper price for high usage service, you can go for Fula model. In conclusion, with Telkom's FTTH managed service, supported by our reliable network infrastructure, nationwide workforce, and flexible co-creation partnership models, ISPs can confidently expand their reach and deliver high-quality internet connectivity to their customers across the archipelago. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to any questions or discussions.
Great, congratulations. Wonderful.
Hope you are doing well. Today I'm going to be talking about the role of secretary within an organization. I'll begin by detailing the various tasks that a secretary typically handles. Then, I'll discuss how secretary often encounter challenges in their daily tasks and the importance of being able to solve problems efficiently. Finally, I'll explain how the secretary role as a representative of the organization and the impact of their behavior on the company's reputation. Did you know how the secretary do their daily work? Today, I'll explain how secretary do their daily work and explore how secretaries can perform multiple tasks in real time. Let's move by detailing the various tasks that a secretary typically handles. The duties of the secretary course in accordance with the function of the office. For a large organization or office, the secretary's duties much more difficult because
In addition to the duties and responsibility to the chairman, the secretary should be responsible to organize and oversee the duties and activities of all employees in the office. Furthermore, let's move and detailing the various tasks of a secretary typically handles. Core responsibilities as a secretary are administrative tasks, managing correspondence, answering call, scheduling, coordinating, appointment, meeting, and travel arrangements, recording keeping, maintaining files, database, and documentation. Overall, secretary play a vital role in keeping an office running smoothly by handling administrative tasks efficiently and effectively. Now that we discuss how secretaries often encounter challenges in the daily tasks and the importance of being able to solve problems efficiently, let's examine the ability to solve problems efficiently is crucial for secretaries to overcome this challenge and fulfill their responsibilities effectively by being proactive, resourceful, and solution-oriented. Secretary can address issues as they arise and minimize their impact on productivity. To clarify, I want to say that multitasking is indeed a valuable task skill for secretary. Let me just add one more thing. Sometimes it's important to remind that while multitasking can be useful, it's also essential to prioritize tasks and ensure that each task receive the necessary attention to maintain quality and accuracy. That's an interesting question. What do you all think about it? Interesting question. What do you think about it? Lastly, let's review. Kayaknya kesalahan ada. Lastly, let's review. Ya, kayaknya nggak ada yang nanya. Lastly, let's review the key point of this session and discuss how the secretary's role as a representative of the organization and the impact of their behavior, the company's reputation. Besides on the position of the secretary should be able to perform his duties and expand the ability of the personality itself and a secretary, then a secretary should be able to meet the basic skill about correspondence, typing, bookkeeping, and the use of office equipment, archiving, filing, and documentation. In conclusion, maintain the consistency of working of a secretary toward the task and function is very important because most of the responsibilities lie on the secretary. The organization communicate the change that occur by a secretary is very important. If you're in the term of behavior that is everyone in the organization needs to know, not only about the role in an organization that is growing, but the effect of the change relating to the career. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to any question and answer.
That's right. So, who's gonna be the next? Danar?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm just creating the script.
Oh, really?
What do you have?
Handia.
Sambil looks so prepared.
Yeah, Handia looks so
So
prepared.
it's for my key.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
Let me introduce myself briefly. I'm Dia. I work as supporting in the CSO segment Today I'm going to be talking about how to overview surveillance traffic domestic hubbing in Indosat and XL in April 2024. I'll begin by current condition of traffic hubbing domestic in my wisdom dashboard. Finally, I'll explain about the impact of the traffic movement to our revenue. Have you ever felt the importance of maintaining traffic domestic hubbing regularly? You have been working to design monitoring traffic daily into comprehensive data. At this point, I like to turn to the current condition traffic in April 2024. On March 2024, the domestic hubbing traffic in Indosat and XL had decreased by 16% because of some disruption. However, the good news that was appeared on April 2024 is both traffic had increased and going back to normal again, as same as on March 2024 before the disruption that has been mentioned before. On April, if we compare month-on-month, XL increased by 18% and by 0.5% of daily investment. Afterward, Indosat increased by 0.5% and by 5% of daily investment. Usually, when increasing and decreasing of this traffic are performed by AM directly, regularly AM will perform to the customer at beginning. So, let me return to the early point briefly. The identified traffic movement must be reported immediately because it will influence the output forecast weekly. To clarify, I want to say that this traffic monitoring is done to help AM know immediately so that the traffic disruption could be settled fast. There are some things that have to be coordinated with billing team regarding the unmatched data extraction method for some information that we need for clarification to confirm if there is disruption of my wisdom dashboard and other information that is required to be coordinated further with the billing team. In conclusion, the identified traffic movement must be reported immediately because it will influence the output forecast weekly. If there is a traffic decreasing, the revenue will be directly proportional to the output revenue and have to be adjusted. Vice versa, if the traffic increases, the revenue will go as well as the traffic. This is important so as the weekly traffic prediction is matched with the current condition and the revenue needed is beyond the prediction. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you. Nice try.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hello, I'm Muon as Manager of Segment Support of CSOLA team. Today I'm going to be talking about operational and financial planning of CSOLA team in 2024. I'll begin by addressing market challenge and industry situation, then I'll elaborate on the lesson learned of last year's performance. Then I'll explain in detail about our opportunity in this year, especially in connectivity and legacy market. Finally, I'll discuss our comprehensive support needed in this year, which include upcoming projects to ensure that CSOLA team can achieve revenue of this year target. Did you know that in 2022, revenue of CSOLA team declined up to 10% from previous year? No. Also, this occurred while CSOLA suffered from the impact of Hutchison and Indosat merger. So to prevent this tragedy happen again, I'll explain I'll explain our strategy with new business scheme for connectivity to recover CSOLA revenue on this year. Next, I'd like to talk about the impact of the merger between Indosat and Hutchison. Hutchison, as our customer, used to contribute up to 60% in connectivity revenue, especially for Metro E and IP transit product. Furthermore, in the industry, licensed operators tend to collaborate on digital business with their own alliances. So, at this point, I'd like to mention that legacy traffic also significantly declined up to 11%. Now that we've discussed the market challenge and industry, let's elaborate on the lesson learned on last year's performance. In connectivity shift, continuously suffer from customer link churn, especially in IP transit and Metro E product. Let's examine in legacy traffic. The traffic domestic and international last year also declined up to 11% from previous year. But we successfully signed with both partners for revenue cap, so the performance with revenue remains high. Let me just add one more thing. That the cap scheme in domestic transit traffic also securing our revenue in legacy more than 500 billion rupees, which helped 70% in our total revenue target last year. Next, let's move and discuss our opportunity on this year. For connectivity, we'll try a new business scheme to attract our customer with bandwidth on demand scheme and temporary high capacity scheme.
Udah di grup.
As for legacy business, we'll try to adopt revenue cap scheme for full transit traffic. Let me rephrase that bandwidth on demand scheme is the new scheme that we need to reserve some port for specific bandwidth to serve our customer. So the customer could ask different bandwidth capacity in one day notice. So the customer don't have to send the new agreement document to us. As for the revenue cap, as for revenue cap scheme, we will ask the cap for domestic transit traffic to Telkomsel and incoming domestic traffic for full licensed operator. Lastly, let's review the key points of this session and discuss how to ensure that CSLO revenue can achieve the target. In the upcoming project, we'll need support for delivery service less than 3 weeks for a project in east area such as Sulawesi, Papua, and also Maluku and Kalimantan. As for digital business, we need support from business and development team to elaborate new business with Netflix. In conclusion, CSLO revenue can grow up to 1% than last year, with the following programs should be executed. As timeline and CSLO revenue can achieve at least 100% from the target.
Wow.
Thank you for your attention, and any further question, you can contact me through my email and also after this session.
Okay, great. Thank you.
We'll be talking about COLA. I'll begin by discussing about time to input order compliance, and I'll dive into time to deliver compliance, and I'll explain about time to become compliance. Do you know that COLA can improve telecom service quality towards customers?
No.
No,
And-
no idea.
Did you know that our orders still haven't reached 100% COLA target?
No.
Today we are here to provide a solution to enhancing telecom service quality towards customer by considering collaboration agreement. Next, let's move on and discuss about COLA. COLA consists of 3 indicators. First is time to input order compliance, or we call it TTIC. The second is time to deliver compliance, or we call it TTDC. And the third is time to become compliance, or we call it TTDC. I'd like to elaborate TTIC. TTIC is the percentage of achievement of completing input orders service in NJX that complies or meets the target proportionately to the promised time to the customer. Let's move on and discuss about TTDC. TTDC is the percentage of achievement in completing the delivery service from input order to PROFCOM that complies or meets the promised time to the customer. Next, I'd like to talk about TTDC. TTDC is the percentage of achievement in completing building approval that complies or meets the target of 50 days after PROFCOM. After discussing our 3 COLA indicators, let's examine how to ensure that our order can achieve the COLA target. Firstly, we need to conduct joint monitoring TTIC. Secondly, we need to selectively cancel order caused by customer concerns. And thirdly, we must regularly coordinate with all relevant units. To clarify, I want to say that specifically for segment, included in the COLA calculation on the TTIC and TTBC, with 50% allocation for TTIC and 50% allocation for TTBC. Let me just add one more thing. The COLA achievement reached by CS Solo, which is 96%, although it has not yet reached the target, is the best achievement compared to other segments. So you've heard what I have to say. What conclusion can you take away from this? In conclusion, we need to pay more attention to the three COLA indicators so that we can achieve the target set by the company. When the targets are achieved, customer satisfaction will increase. Thank you.
Nice to meet you all. My name is Ilham. I'm from Division of Services of PT Telkom Indonesia. And today I'm going to talking about Telkom Indonesia infrastructure sharing for solutions to deliver the connectivity services on the Ibu Kota Nusantara, or we can call it IKN. So I'll begin by discussing the current challenges faces related to the architecture of network. Then I will delve into the features and benefits of our solutions. And finally, I will explain how our support is needed for the implementations and ongoing success. So, did you know how often the operator cellular spend time for maintenance BTS for mobile broadband services?
No.
So today we are here to explore a game-changing solution to accelerate your operational issues regarding to the maintenance of BTS networks. So what if I told you that Telkom has the key to solving your operational issue through the innovative technology solutions and will be implemented in our new capital city?
Okay.
So the current challenges of the operator faces is the quality issues. Let me rephrase that. So the quality issue may affect the number of troubleshootings, and it will affect it to the time spent of the operator spends the maintenance progress. So it will also decrease the customer experience from the end users, and the bad customer experience might affect to the revenue of your company as well. So we are here using the new technology for the effectiveness of the network. So your end will decrease the time spent on the maintenance process, and this our first project will be implemented in the IKN. So earlier I have mentioned the features and the benefits of our solutions. I will elaborate more on this. Our technology using the SIRAN technology. So what is SIRAN? SIRAN is the centralized radio access network. So this new approach has two clear advantages. The first one is to reduce the capex or the opex for the operators, and the second one is to improve the customer experience through the less interference. So you can see the detail of the network by my side. As you can see, the topology started with a tower where the operator can install the RRU device, and the next one is the BTS room where the operator can install the BBU device, and it will connect it to the Telkom's transmissions And also it will integrate into our data centers in Neocentrix Balikpapan. And the operator cellular can install the switch devices in the Neocentrix Balikpapan for the network-to-network interface, so the operator can bring their services to the networks. And as our latest discussions, each of the operator cellular has sent the requirements to Telkom about the technical aspects. And let me just add one more thing to support the technical requirement can meet the operator expectations. We need a support to doing the trial with each of operator cellular in their own lab bed to proof of concept Telkom's technology that will implemented in IKM. So I think that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. I'm looking forward to discuss any further regarding on this. Thank you.
Okay, great. Good job.
Okay, good morning everyone.
Good morning.
Honorable guests, as the member of Mobile Network Operator Providers in Indonesia, I'm honored to address you today as we discuss the pivotal role of our company plays in shaping the future of the fiber to the home sharing in Indonesia for household connectivity. First of all, I will present the industrial analysis and market projection of fiber to the home business on driving for mobile network operator customer. After that, I will continue by providing insight of Telkom capabilities, highlighting its coverage area and workforce spread throughout Indonesia. To finish, I will delve into the benefit of collaboration and business model that we propose for mobile operator providers. Okay, let us begin with asking you a question. Do you have any problems to guarantee your installation time for your household customer?
Sometimes.
Or maybe you cannot deliver your services due to limited coverage area that you have. I have solution for you. By sharing our fiber to the home network capabilities, it will help you to deliver internet for your household customer and also expand your market by expanding coverage area that Telkom have. Before that, I will explain you about industrial analysis of fiber to the home business. Strong growth in retail fiber to the home can be seen from the compound annual growth rate projection from 2022 to 2028. It will projected by 9% growth or growth by 26 triliun rupiah, especially in Sumatra, Java, Kalimantan, and Sulawesi area. Telkom here to offer you a solution of sharing our idle capacity by fiber to the home managed service solution, which will give you end-to-end solution from delivering the service from OLT to ONT or your customer premises. Also for the operation and maintenance your customer. Telkom also has deployed network infrastructures over 17.34 billion houses nationwide around Indonesia. Additionally, our workforce, including fulfillment technicians and help desk support, is spreading across Indonesia, ensuring us to deliver services quickly for your potential customer wherever they are. From all the networks and capability that have been built by Telkom Indonesia, mobile network operator providers can use Telkom network to deliver FTTH services to their respective customer. Our managed service business model that we propose for you is VULA model. VULA is virtual unbundling local access. So, mobile network operator provider has no limitation on the bandwidth to serve their customer. The price will be started from 99K to 177K per SSL based on region of the services. In summary, Telkom Indonesia fiber to the home solution are designed to address market challenges and foster business growth. To clarify, I want to say that our Fula model beyond just providing solution. We are here to support you every step of the way to ensure your continued success. That's all for me. Thank you for your attention. For further information about this managed service solution, you can contact me directly or arrange a separate meeting after this presentation session. Thank you.
Okay, great.